Hello, and we are in Proverbs chapter 15 today. And one of the best verses in the Bible we start out today, Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. What a true verse. You know what? When someone is harsh towards you, and people are, it is real easy to be harsh back to them. The problem is when someone starts harsh and then someone else comes in harsh, then the person who was harsh to begin with gets harsher and harsher and harsher and harsher. Basically, it just goes back and forth with no end in sight and just continues to stir up anger. But a soft answer, when you respond to someone in a soft answer, and like the previous verse it said, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Maybe when someone's mad at you, take a moment and pray about it. Don't respond right away. And they might get irritated. Maybe they want to get your goat. Maybe they want to do that. Maybe that's the whole purpose. But you taking the time to say, God, how do I respond? And responding with a soft answer cools the situation down. Now, it doesn't mean you have to lie and take the blame. God never says be a doormat. Definitely don't lie. But just says respond in a way that begins to bring the temperature of the room down. You don't want to add to the temperature. You want to bring the temperature down. And the way to do that is by responding with a soft answer. Now, sometimes you might run into somebody who won't let the temperature go down. Here's the deal. If they don't want to, because here's what you got to understand. If the temperature never goes down, nothing gets accomplished. When the temperature is going up and up and up, that means no side's listening. And if one side doesn't want to come to reason, guess what? You're never going to reason with that person. You're never going to get a chance to have a resolution to what's going on. And if they don't respond well to the soft answer, then you just walk away because nothing's going to get accomplished. And here's the thing. God says a soft answer, singular. You don't have to do it multiple times. If it doesn't work the first time, the person's not ready to really have a rational conversation. So you're just wasting your time. Move on and wait for another time when you can bring the subject up again. But you don't, God's saying, and if you give a soft answer, one of two things will happen. Either the temperature start coming down, and you'll know, and it's easy to know. And if they don't respond well to it, God's saying, fine, then kind of shake the dust off feet, move on, because you're not. If you participate in the harshness and it keeps going up and up and up, you're never going to get back down to where it needs to be to have real communication, to have a conclusion to the matter. Verse 2, the tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours out foolishness. Yeah, knowledge is a great thing, but whether you use it right or wrong says the difference between a wise person and a foolish person. So take the knowledge that you have and apply it properly. That's wisdom. Take the knowledge that you have and just use it without thinking what it's for and how it works. That's being foolish. And we do that a lot with our speech. Take what you know, take what you've heard, take what you've come from the situation and put it in your head and say, okay, how can I respond in a way that gets a result? Rather than, I'm just going to see how much louder I can talk back over someone. It doesn't work. Never has, and it's never going to work. This is great godly advice. Verse 3, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. What's this verse saying? That no one gets away with anything. And, people say, no good deed goes unpunished. Well, guess what? Here's the thing. Yeah, the world might not appreciate what you're doing. Someone might not appreciate, but God does. And God says, I reward those. I see what's happening. God keeps a great scorebook. Malachi 3:16 is a wonderful verse. That God keeps a book of remembrance. And he's going to say, and he remembers when you do good, when you do bad. Now, when you ask for forgiveness, he forgets all that. He's the only one who can. But he remembers the good that you do. And you will be rewarded one day with a reward that will never go away. Verse 4, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A wholesome tongue gives life, When you're speaking words of life, you're speaking good things in people's lives, is great. But a perverse one breaks the spirit of somebody. You can say all the good things, but once you say something horrible to somebody, everything just gets shut off, doesn't it? Everything just goes downhill, doesn't it? So that's an important thing for us to understand, that we got to be able to say, hey, a wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness breaks the spirit. So when you do, and your tongue isn't wholesome, you need to stop and correct it as soon as possible, because you do not want to tear down what you build up. when you do that, part of it is going to be tore down, but the quicker you fix it, the less you have to build back up to get back to where you were. Well, I hope you have a great day. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you, and you are absolutely awesome.